Today, I fully announced that I am starting a company. People have been, I don't know how to say it nicely, but they've been begging me to start a company. But I think a lot of what they wanted was they just wanted me to do more of the same thing, right? They're like, oh, if this person, blah, 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 didn't handle it well, then why don't you do it? But I think that wasn't really the right solution to the issues I was seeing. They wanted me to start like a VTuber corpo or something like that. And I don't need to start another one, right? To fix the issues. That's only going to fix it for a few people, assuming it even goes well. My goal has never been to make a VTuber corpo or anything like that. My goal is to actually fix problems, and I don't think making another one fixes issues. So the TLDR is, I'll give you a little background. So sponsorships are one of the biggest ways that creators make money, and the biggest way that game companies are able to get news about their stuff out there. They can post about things. They can hope that content creators make content about their stuff, but through sponsorships, they can get that out to more people, have more people at least try it, right? And it's huge for them. It's huge for the gaming industry, especially because a lot of this industry is very much filled with viewers that want to watch things be tested before they play it. They like the test drive kind of thing. So sponsors are a big part of this industry, right? Because this encourages a lot of variety streamers to try playing a lot of games that they might not always pick up, but it's kind of similar to what they might. And that gets stuff in front of you so you can decide if you want to buy. And then generally this whole community of people that watch on Twitch and on YouTube, all of that, are really huge on that. They want to see stuff first before they get into it. It's a lot of the reason why people watch streams, honestly. So sponsorships for games like hold up this industry really heavily. They enable creators to go full time, all of this stuff. It's huge. Yet the way it's handled right now is so archaic and terrible, genuinely. So archaic and so open to being messy and being not handled well. And no one actually changes how it works. They just keep making new companies and going, I'll do better this time. But nothing about the way it's systemized is able to change because they're just one person on one side, right? So I've been watching this for a very long time. And you guys know I take a lot of sponsors. And a big part of that is because I've been working on something relating to this. And I've been making sure that I test drive a lot of these publishers on myself, really, right? And making sure that working with them is good and all this stuff. And I've really figured out what makes a lot of these kind of engagements work and not work. My goal isn't to just be like, oh, these ones are good to work with and that's it. And I don't want to work with the rest. That's not it. The goal for me is to make a way for it to work out no matter what, because it's hard for it not to work out because things are just systemized the right way, because none of this should be hard. This is not stuff that should be hard. And a lot of the issues that I've seen are just from general messiness, not really that, these people can't even be in this industry or something. It's not that. So what I thought was the right way to do this is to build a tool, build something for people to use to systemize a bit better. So I've been building a platform in secret and working on this for a while, since like last year. And what I'm going to do is the sponsorship company that I've been working with as of late, and I've been taking sponsors from, that I've been very involved with, I'm going to acquire that company and merge it together with the platform I've been building to make this all function. And it's still really, really, really early, but I wrote this in the tweet. We've already handled hundreds of thousands of dollars in creator payouts. It's already been working. It's been working for a while. We've worked with a ton of creators and we've successfully been running for a while now. And this isn't something I'm just starting up new and we haven't done. We've been doing this. And now I'm adding my leg of this that I wanted to make a software platform for onto a thing that already works, right? So yeah, it's already functioning. it's already functioning. And I'm just making like a slightly different version of it that will do the same thing in a lot of ways and some new stuff. And I was trying to just stay as purely a content creator in the space for a while, but I have the background that I have, and it's really hard to just watch no real solutions pop up in a space that needs it very badly. So that's what I'm going to try and do here. The thing I'm making is not just going to be for creators, though. I think a lot of attempts at solutions are things that really are only made to serve one side of this, which doesn't fix the issues. So I'm trying to bridge that. So I'm trying to build something that all parties use. So the sponsors themselves, right? The vendors, the publishers, the game devs have tools on there that they want to use that are good to help them out. And then also the creator side and their own agencies, their managers, all of this can use this stuff and also be helped out. Because I find, again, a lot of these tools they're made to be marketed at one side of things and to try and help one side of this stuff, but it doesn't fix the fact that there are issues everywhere, right? So they all kind of fail for those same reasons. And, you just need something to bridge all of this. You have to. So that's what I'm building. And yeah, I mentioned in the tweet, we're already the exclusive vendor for Koei Tecmo. Obviously, I'm wearing my Neo outfit right now. You can see this project was done through this, but I've done a lot of sponsors with Koei Tecmo, and we're fully exclusive with them. So if anyone wants to work with Koei Tecmo, they've had to go through us this whole time because we're the only ones that they want to work with. They're like, we only want to work with you. People can go through you, which is a good thing. It's a testament to how well we've been doing. Genuinely, it's been really, 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 really nice. So yeah, I sent a link via that tweet. I posted a link where people can apply. So if anyone's a creator, or if you guys are fans of any creators that are like, really need something like this is something you can send to them. So yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Is this similar in nature to Geek Plus?
No, it is not.
Entirely different.
Entirely different. We're not a talent agency, a talent management company. We're not any of that. And it's not meant to replace that. It's just meant to enable people who don't have that to use this and get sponsors, or people who already have that to be able to do better with that. Yeah, well, you said, how do sponsorships work right now? Do they just cold call streamers? Kinda, yeah, sometimes. So, okay, I'll explain it, how it works right now. If you post an email somewhere publicly, sponsors might reach out to you. They usually don't. And then they don't even tell you what they're offering sometimes. Sometimes they do. A lot of the time, they also go, pitch to me what you want. For a lot of indie creators, they could do this, but it's like the system where you're sitting here and emailing them back and forth. Most emails don't get checked often enough when it's an indie, right? Now, maybe they have an agency with an agent or a manager that actually does check their stuff, right? Maybe they do have that. That's great. But then a lot of stuff still gets lost because they're using email. There's so much stuff when they're trying to get these sponsors to the creator. There's so much information that gets lost. And it's a lot of time wasted. I think that's the big thing is I've noticed, because I've done this myself independently, where I'm just sitting there cold answering all of my own emails, doing my own outreach. I've had agencies do it for me. I've had my own personal managers do it for me. Like I've tried all of the different routes. I've tried platforms and things, and nothing has been designed in a way where it fixes that ever. They really do not. There's so much messiness that occurs, and then everyone's left unhappy on all sides a lot of the time by that. And it's usually miscommunication. It's usually not people aiming to do wrong by each other, anything like that. It's usually just that stuff gets missed. And then, there's a lot of ways that information can be obscured, or things can be confusing, or whatever. And I just want to make sure that things are done in a way where creators are not ripping their hair out trying to understand what they're supposed to do for a sponsorship, the terms, all this stuff. And I want to make sure that publishers as well, because I talk to a lot of devs and studios and things, and they have so many issues getting to creators as well, trying to find the right people for their stuff that they're trying to do. They don't sit there and research every single person, know everything about them. Number one. Number two, they do not have the time. They have one rep, who reaches out. So they only end up reaching out to the big agencies that already exist, or large creators. They don't reach down to the small ones, when many of those actually would be really good for those sponsorships, but it's inefficient for them to do it, so they don't do it. That's kind of what it ends up being. And so what you end up with a lot of the time is, if you're a tiny creator, all you can do is get that little sponsor that gives you $3 per sign up of a game or something. You know what I mean? And it's all this stuff that's very not worth the creator's time. So there's really just nothing for a lot of people that are not the biggest creators ever. And then even then, the biggest creators, a lot of them some are independent, but a lot are with agencies. And the agencies themselves don't always have a Rolodex of everybody. They cannot contact every company and get you every sponsor as a potential. They don't have those connections a lot of the time. I used to think that they did. They don't. On top of that, there are issues with people swapping in and out of different agencies and things. And every time they do, their own sponsor flow stops, because the agency will handle 100% of everything, right? Their eggs are all in one basket. So seeing as how that's a huge part of the money that they make and their ability to make a livelihood, let's assume that they're not the biggest creator ever, and they need to make sure that their money's coming in and they're doing things right. If they are doing something that makes sense for them, right? And they want to switch to a different company, or maybe they want to go independent, whatever, you shouldn't have to throw everything to the side and stop all of your business, really, just because you're not with that agency anymore, because they're the only ones that have your contacts and stuff like that. That shouldn't be the way it is. And same thing with an agency. When they get someone new in, they should be able to easily just pick it up and run with it. Right? Every time someone joins a new agency, they have to sit there and spend so many hours onboarding each other, right? The creator will have to onboard their company to them and who they've worked with and what contacts they have, blah, 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 and then vice versa. And it's this long process. I don't understand why there's nothing that simplifies it. So I'm going to make something that simplifies all of this, really. I'm just going to make something that takes all these little things that keep gunking it up and just ungunk it, because there's just so much stuff that I see no point in there being. Right? There's so much stuff that happens on the back end that it's been years. It's been years where no one's actually come up with good solutions. They're just like, oh, join my company instead. I'll get you sponsors. But they do everything the same way. Maybe they do it well, but they do it the same way. Nothing's changed and everything's inefficient. So I'm going to try and make that a little better. Or so is my hope.